Thank you, Lisa. Now, Paige is going to talk about learning about the past. Good morning, I'm Paige. Now I'm going to argue how I disagree that learning about the past has no value for those of us living in the present. In my opinion, I strongly disagree that learning about the past has no value for those of us living in the present. All time is important. Past, present, future. Firstly, we can get knowledge from history. When we have wars or problems, we can get help when we learn about our history. For example, a long time ago, there were a lot of wars and problems. The people solved the problem. When we learn about the past, we get knowledge a lot of ways to solve problems. In Korea, we've got a lot of knowledge from our history. And also, in this generation, people make things from the knowledge of the past. Secondly, if we didn't learn about the history of our own country, we could lose our country. If we haven't learned about the past and another country said that our country was theirs, we wouldn't be able to prove that it was ours. Then, we could lose our country because we wouldn't be able to prove it. For example, now Japan is saying that one island between Korea and Japan is theirs, but history says the island is Korean. If Koreans hadn't learned their history about Korea, they wouldn't be able to prove it. Then Japan will take the island. Now, in Korea, people think that our history is very important. So many people are learning a lot about history. At our best university in Korea, if students are not excellent at history, they cannot attend the university. Thirdly, learning about the past helps us to keep our culture. If we didn't learn about the past, people from other countries could take our culture effects. For example, a long time ago, the Japanese took a lot of Korean relics. Without learning our history, the Korean relics wouldn't be able to come back to Korea. If we didn't learn about the past, we wouldn't know the value of our culture. Then we could have lost our culture easily. Also, if there wasn't a past, there would not be the present. So we should learn the past. A lot of people have lost their lives for us. For example, the people who were involved in NZ lost their lives for peace in this generation. Without those people, the world would have been full of blood. And we wouldn't be here. We should learn about the past and know the value of the past. Finally, if we didn't learn about the past, we wouldn't know who we were and the truth if the other people were to lie. Without learning the past, we wouldn't know who we were. For example, if everyone hadn't learned about the past, how would they know that they were Kiwi, Korean, Japanese, Chinese, South African, American, or maybe some others? Without learning the past, you don't know the truth. For example, in some websites or books, it's written that Korea is a part of China. If people don't know the truth, they could believe that. To conclude, in my opinion, learning the past is great value. This is because we can get knowledge from the past, we can keep our culture and countries, we can know who we are and our value and the truth. Without the past, there would not be the present. All of time is important. After a second, now will be the past too. In the future, now can be a very important past. Are you going to learn about the past? I hope you do. Thank you for listening.